Hello, fellow lights and light travelers. This week's reading is full of light, encouragement. It speaks of change that is taking place, brightness that is coming in, and it is titled The Winds of Transformation. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you again for being here with me. Please do take what resonates, leave the rest, and as always, please do know that these readings are entertainment and educational purposes only. If you're interested in readings, please do check out my Etsy page. Thanks again for being here, and I hope you like the reading. Okay, let's see. Knight of Swords. The Four of Wands, and the Tower. Very interesting. So the Knight of Swords is, about ambition, being determined, fixated on your goals. So let's read into this. Let's connect one at a time. So two things immediately are drawing my eyes. So this both kind of looks to me like arrows being shot. And initially, right, it felt like them coming towards you. But if you look, the pointed ends are away from this character. This character, when I read in, normally I will get a feel. So this for me feels like the collective. These are not you being attacked, but this is what came into my mind. The word was swift as an arrow, fly like an arrow, fly as swift as an arrow. I feel like even like the song from, I think it was Mulan. I feel like there's something in there, like I can't think of the lyrics, but perhaps you're drawn to look up, some of those things. There's one of the songs talks about flying swiftly as an arrow. So this is your energy. This feels very vibrant. This feels very light. This feels triumphant. This is full force. You're heading forward. You're flying as swiftly as an arrow. And the other thing that I want to point is, this doesn't feel like it's like, going horizontally. This feels like an upward trajectory, right? Like this is pointed this way, and this feels very intentional. I feel also you're being illuminated, your path is being lit, and you are full of joy and light. You've got a lot of solar plexus energy, so there's a lot of that confidence. There's a lot of creativity in here, and I'm also drawn to the blue, so this feels a lot of throat chakra as well. So this feels like communicating. So this could be that, perhaps you're sharing your thoughts, your morals, your ambitions. There's a strong energy of forward movement and ascendant movement. So this is you rising into a higher version of yourself, a more confident version of yourself, a happier version of yourself. And this is a quick movement that is happening. This is you're swiftly as an arrow. You're flying as sure as an arrow. You're reaching your target. You've got your eyes on the prize, right? The horse is this way, but your eyes are gazed upwards. You've got your target in sight and you're reaching it, and you're reaching it with a beautiful, buoyant, light, creative, strong, but not strong in like, an aggressive way, strong in a, strong-willed, I will not be stopped. This is going to be my best life. I am stepping into the highest version. I am bringing in only the best, right? I am defeating whatever shadows and monsters and bad vibes are. Like, I am pushing forward in light, and I am moving up into a better, into a new version, into a transmorph. Like, this is you coming out of the cocoon and going full forth. This is your transformation into being a butterfly. This is beautiful. So this is like celebration. Oftentimes foundational things, family. Wands often creativity. Let's see. The first thing that I'm drawn to when I'm looking at this card is kind of like this wispy smoke. And for me, this feels like the smoke is clearing, right? You're ushering that time of celebration. This feels both like stability, but I'm also feeling flow for this. So you have anchored in a reality, something in your job. This could be in your family. There is stability here. And yes, this looks like, right, it looks like toppled, but I don't feel it that way. This is, you've got the pillars, and I'm also, what came into my mind is this means leaning on one another. So perhaps you with coworkers, perhaps you with family, perhaps you with your community are leaning on and supporting one another. And it is a beautiful, loving flow. This is rhythmic. I'm hearing, I'm seeing him drumming. I'm hearing the drums. There is a steady beat with this. There is a metronome. There is a heartbeat. There is a flow to this dance that you're bringing in, to this collective energy of supporting one another. This could be that, tying into this other card, you're moving with confidence and, this high loving energy, and you have a target in mind and you're supporting one another in this goal. So this is bringing forth a collective stability for higher vibrational, happier, right? Because this felt very light. This feels bright. There is communication here, and there's flowing communication, and there's that flow coming through again, and structure. So I feel like with this movement, it is bringing in structure, and because of this support of one another, this leaning on one another, I'm going to help prop you up. It's creating the pillars, and it's getting rid of, the mist is clearing, the illusion is clearing. There's flow, there's dance within this, in spite of, the illusion of things falling apart. Everybody's coming together and supporting each other in this flow, and it's anchoring in. It's creating this foundation, a solid foundation. That is, I almost feel like in the back, like skyscrapers. I don't mean that industrially we're going to be building. I feel like what we're building is going to reach new limits. It's going to reach up into the sky, and it's going to be very positive. So this is a beautiful energy that's coming through so far. The tower, for me, I feel like some people see the tower and it feels shocking for them. For me, I actually love this card. I love it because it speaks of transformation. I love it because we, in our light journey, in this life journey, in this current incarnation, in this experience, are here to evolve. And oftentimes in evolving, old things need to fall apart and to collapse so that new things can come through, right? This is coming out of the chrysalis and, birthing into this new butterfly version of yourself. But that home that you're in, that space, now this doesn't mean like your family. I'm saying sometimes the structures, it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be, whatever way you want to see this, needs to fall apart so the new can come into fruition. And I can use an example of when you're born, right? You're a baby. You need to first learn how to crawl, and then you learn how to walk, and then you learn how to run. And each version of yourself needs to make way and clear path for the other, right? That once was there for a reason. You build upon, you evolve, you change and grow, And sometimes within that growth, you shed previous versions, right? You don't stay stuck in that version of you that only knew how to crawl. I mean, if all goes well and people are healthy enough, right? You evolve into this new version of yourself. So with the Tower moment, this is showing that there is a swift change, and I want to say metamorphosis. What came into my head is a metamorphosis. So you are moving swiftly. You've got your eyes on the goal. The collective is supporting one another and flowing, and there's this rhythmic drumming heartbeat that's coming through, right? This mist is clearing, and here you go. This is also boom, lightning, boom, there's fire, there's water, there's all the elements are coming in to assist in this ascension. All of this is working collectively for the highest good. The things that once were are falling apart, and falling apart quickly due to the fact that new is being ushered in, and like joy and community and support is being ushered in. So these old structures, right? This old building, it almost looks like angry. It feels like it has an angry energy. This old structure of anger and hatred and what's the word I'm looking for? Othering, right? This divisive energy, that is exploding. This is falling apart. Everything's going to be okay. We're moving. This collective energy is moving into brightness, and it's moving swiftly, right? There, you've got the swiftness here. You've got the swiftness here. I'm also drawn right now to this little star right here, and I feel like that is the energies in the universe. This is the higher energies, entities, beings. This is your higher connection. This is our higher connection shining through. This is, let this fall apart. You are still anchored to something higher. You are still anchored to something greater. There is a collective loving energy, and it's okay. We've got you. Keep your eyes on the prize. And there's that eyes on the prize, and there's that eyes on the prize, right? There's that target. Fix your eyes up. Fix your eyes on the higher reality that you want, and know that the universe, all of it, is conspiring along with you to make it happen. And I will say that came through from the alchemist, right? When you want something, all of the universe conspires with you to make it happen. And that is what is currently these energies coming through. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards, and let's see what else and what other energies and messages want to come through with this reading. I'm kind of drawn today to the mystical shaman oracle. So let's see what comes through. Okay. Taming the wind. Oh, this is beautiful. So immediately what I'm first seeing, right, is this beautiful vision of a woman, but there's also these feathers and the bird flying. So this for me is kind of calling through to this first card. But let's go ahead and see what the oracle book says, and then we'll connect further. All right, so the book reads, Taming the Wind, the essence. Here the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is a symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. Thank you, Spirit. I'm sorry. I love reading tarot because for me, right, we're pulling through these feathers and this moving swiftly as an arrow, and I'm seeing the feathers and it's pulling through, and I said, keep your eyes on the prize, and here we go. The card that falls is speaking about bringing the spiritual into the material and focusing on those higher planes of existence. This is beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all, right? So remember what I just said from The Alchemist, right? When you want something in your highest good, all the universe conspires to help make this happen. The invitation. It's time to clear your energy, right? There's that falling away. There's that tower. This is being cleared. To be present and to be conscious of how you communicate right there. We talked about communication, right? I was seeing that. I was talking about communication. We were talking about that throat chakra. It's coming through. The invitation, it says again, it's time to clear your energy, to be present, and to be conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when taming the wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and with respect. The medicine. It's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are called now to be a good listener. This is not a time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than to be understood. Good things will come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. Ooh, this is deep, deep. Thank you, Spirit. That is gorgeous. I don't know. I kind of feel like even though this feels whole, I'm called to pull one more oracle. So let's see. Okay. I'm going to pull one more from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Let's see what comes through. The Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, and patience. That's beautiful because I did mention transformation, so let's see what this card has to say. And I kind of also like that there are feathers with these swans, so let's see. The Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, and patience, ally. And this is ally because it's upright. The Swan Queen glides your way and asks that you look at your reflection in the events of your life. She gives you the ability to see the beauty that has transformed your life from ignorance to wisdom. These moments, it's an invitation to look at these moments, even the shadow, and honor what good has come through, what wisdom has come through, how have you grown and evolved through these events. The Swan Queen lets you know that it's time to go within and seek the answers in your own intuition. Don't look outside yourself for answers now. The true power lies reflected in the still waters within you. Now is the moment to meditate and ask for a vision. The power of psychic perception is inherent in you, and the Swan Queen will help you dive deep into your query to find the answers you seek. This is also a reminder to allow time to transform ideas into reality. Nothing happens overnight. So I feel like this is beautiful because while things are falling apart quickly, there's that gentle reminder that in this quickening and all these things that are happening and transforming, and it's chaotic, or it feels chaotic, you've got your eyes on the prize. The universe is conspiring to help you. You have those feathers, that winged energy that's coming through to tame that wind. And then once all this clears, allow yourself the grace, allow the collective the grace to rebuild. It's going to take time, but it's rebuilding in the highest good of all. And I just want to look right back here one more time at this taming the wind, because let's see if there's one last thing that wants to come through. Okay, we're bringing the spiritual into the material, so that is going to, you know, connect, go into the intuition, dive deeper, but to create this material, allow that time. This is going to be a partnership to co-create for the highest good. This is creating. We've got our eyes on the prize. This is a beautiful energy that's pushing forwards. This is this connectiveness. So in this breaking apart, each one of us is asked to go internally, to connect, and to work on ourselves, which will then reflect outwards that everyone is coming from a healthier, beautiful space, holding love for oneself and holding love for others. And we are going to co-create with the universe. We are co-creating with the universe to bring in this new beautiful era, this new beautiful experience, this new beautiful chapter in each of our lives, individually and collectively. So let yourself, you know, fly upon the wind, to be carried, to be moved forward, to be okay. This is also interesting because it's like fan, so you've got the wind there, to be leaning on each other and to allow this transformation with grace, with humility, and to know that what comes afterwards is going to take patience, but that everything is going to be okay. So this is a beautiful message from Spirit. I hope it resonates. I'm sending this forth with the highest good for all. Please always know that these readings are for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you are interested in a reading, you know, please do check me out on my Etsy. Otherwise, I just appreciate your being here, spending some time, letting me connect with your energy. And please do, if you like it, give it a thumbs up, reshare, leave a comment. I love hearing from people, and I appreciate you all, and I look forward to reading for you all next week. Bye.